Well, Ambassador Gani Lawal joins me now. He is the president of the Association of Foreign Retired Professionals of Nigeria, a group of former diplomats and ambassadors. Good to have you join us, Ambassador. Now, you've seen the video. Let's start with your reaction to that video.
Thank you for having me. Our immediate reaction to that video was that of shock, because it's unheard of that a diplomatic agent could be manhandled and strangulated like that by any official, either police, immigration, custom, or whatever, in any country, because of the rule of engagement, which is the Vienna Convention, that spelled out that diplomats are immune from local jurisdiction. Whatever is the action of a diplomat must be reported, but actions cannot be taken against a diplomat because it represents a sovereignty. That is why our reaction was that of shock. And we are still in shock because we are still waiting for a series of reactions from our government.
Well, now the Indonesian authorities have apologized to the people and government of Nigeria for the assault. Is that enough?
What if they did not? I didn't get that question. Come again.
The Indonesian authorities have apologized to the Nigerian authorities. Is that enough?
That is not for me to say whether that is enough or not. But what I know is that the apology must be satisfactory to the Nigerian people and the Nigerian government. If you recall that foreign policy emanates from domestic policy, the Nigerian government has a responsibility to protect its citizens both at home and abroad. And if this kind of treatment is meted out to a diplomatic agent, you can contemplate what could have been happening to Nigerian citizens in that country. To that extent, that calls for a review of our bilateral relation with that type of country. And that review must come out very strongly that Nigeria will not tolerate a situation where its citizens, not to talk of its diplomats, are being maltreated by any country across the globe.
Some have argued that the action of the Indonesian authorities, or I beg your pardon, officials, is a reflection of how the host countries perceive Nigerians. Do you agree with that line of thought?
Well, the view of any country about another country has nothing to do with the rule of engagement. The rule of engagement states that every country is equal in the international system, and they must be respected and treated with respect and dignity that is reserved for its sovereignty. Regardless of your view of any country, you are not supposed to maltreat its diplomat or its citizens. It is unheard of, and it is uncivilized to maltreat a diplomat the way they did. Therefore, what we saw that day was an uncivilized behavior from the immigration officials. Whatever the fault or the offense of a person, I think it's it's internationally legally stated that a person is seen as innocent until proven guilty. For the immigration officials of Indonesia to have treated a diplomat like that, first, it is assumed that he is guilty of whatever offense. Two, they've constituted themselves into the law or the court that will mete out punishment to an offending individual. To that extent, every rule of legal of legal encounter between a citizen and the law enforcement agent is being violated. Not to talk of the Vienna Convention, which confers immunity on diplomatic agents.
Let's quickly close on this, Ambassador Lawal. The foreign minister has reacted. Are you satisfied with what he said so far, or are there other things you would have expected of him?
Definitely, the steps being taken by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, as being stated by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, are the normal steps to be taken in cases like this. You don't rush into judgment, and you don't rush into conclusions. A country is not expected to take a decision based on half information until full information are tabled and all the necessary steps to be taken to ensure that restitution is effected diplomatically will be taken.
Ambassador Gani Lawal, I'm afraid that's all we can take. Thank you very much for your time, Ambassador Gani Lawal.
You're welcome. Thank you.